On today's recipe video, we are making a big old pot of chili from my new book, The Plant-Based Diet for Beginners. I hope you can stick around and see exactly how it's made. To get started on our 4-can chili, I have a medium-sized stock pot here on the stovetop to get us started. First ingredient we have is one 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Add those in. So next I have 1 can of black beans. And these are 15-ounce cans. You can get 14, 16 ounces, right around there. Next we have 1 15-ounce can of white beans. These are cannellini beans in the recipe. You could use Great Northern beans, butter beans, really whatever you'd prefer. And then lastly we have 1 15-ounce can of chickpeas. And that is it for the beans and tomatoes. Next we just have a few spices. For our spices, I have 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. And if you don't want this to be a spicier chili, you can always omit the red pepper flakes, or you can decrease it, or if you want to make it super spicy, you can increase that amount. But for the base recipe, we have 1/2 teaspoon. And then lastly, we have 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. And I know some people, like my father-in-law, absolutely despise cumin, and that's okay. You can keep it out, use any other ingredients, but for everybody who's just wanting to try this recipe, go ahead and give that cumin a go. Next, we are going to mix everything together and bring the pot to a rolling boil. So you may turn the temperature up a little bit, be more higher there, but we're gonna give everything a good stir. And once that's boiling, we'll be back here to go over the next step. In just a few minutes, it started to boil, so I'm gonna give it a good little stir. Turn my heat down to a medium, low to medium heat. We are going to put our lid on, cover it, and let it cook for 25 minutes, and then it's gonna, everything was pretty much cooked there already, so we're gonna let those spices mix together, and in 25 minutes, we'll be back to give our 4-can chili a try. Our 25-minute timer just went off, and I gotta say, the kitchen is smelling absolutely amazing. Now, since we turned the heat down, it's not anything like it's at a super rolling boil, but we can tell the spices have been nice and mixed together. I'm gonna bowl myself up some of this chili. Don't have the best scoop for it, but that'll work for now. This is a recipe we're actually bringing out to Dr. Miller's math department at the university. Is having a get together, so wanted to bring them a recipe from the new book, The Plant-Based Diet for Beginners. Let's give this chili a try. Absolutely amazing. I will say, you saw how simple this recipe was? There's no reason you can't go out and win some chili cook-offs with a super simple 4-can chili recipe. And again, in the book, I do give recommendations for if you want to use dry beans, here's how you do it. If you'd rather rinse your beans and not use the liquid in the cans, here's how much liquid to use. I give all those recommendations, but to keep it as simple as possible, because this is the plant-based diet for beginners, all we need are 4 cans, a few spices, and about 25 minutes, and we've got a perfectly cooked pot of chili. I really hope that you enjoyed today's recipe video. Again, the Plant-Based Diet for Beginners is now out for sale. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Angus & Robertson in Australia, Amazon in the UK and Canada, and I'm really excited for everybody. We're coming up to the holidays here. I'm so excited for the possibility it has to change lives this holiday season, and as we get into the New Year's resolutions time, to really be a beneficial asset that people have as they're thinking about really changing their lives, changing their diet, changing their outlook on life. I am Plant-Based Gabriel. Thank you so very much for tuning into today's recipe video. If you like it, go ahead and hit the like, share, tag somebody you think would find it helpful, and remember, the book's out for sale now. I will see you in another video very, very soon.